Hey guys, welcome back with another video with Linksy. We have another multiplayer battle for you. And as always, we have some interesting stuff going on. So this is the city of Palvetta, and as you can see, my ally and myself, Iceni and Masaesyli, and let's get started. So instantly off the bat, we have ambushers over here, and myself, I have medium shock cavalry, so let's charge straight for his ballista, and I'm trying to go get these elite Persian archers. I noticed that I would not get through them because of the vegetation, so I do what I do best, and I rear charge the hoplite unit. These are really expensive units, and a nice rear charge always does magic. Pull them out and start cycle charging around. One of my units made it into the ballista over here, and I was hoping to kill as many as I can. And the damage is racking up, just slight damage, but it's going up. While this is happening, the did I just see a fire? Oh, my ally is just shooting his ballista. Ooh, it's close. That's close. I did not. I only got one single kill there. Right. Yeah, they got 4 kills. This side they were slightly better. 72-25. Basically, his archers got annihilated over here. These elite Persian archers just being squashed. And considering these Numidian riders cost only a few hundred gold, getting those archers, which are high value units, routing them off the field early on. I mean, even if they come back, they're very low on health. So, yeah, GG. Meanwhile, my ally is charged in. He's trying to kill the enemy ballista, the onager. His ambushers are getting a bit slaughtered. These Parthian swordsmen are getting a lot of kills. But we're not ready yet. There's more Britain Scout Riders over here. Okay, now that the initial sellout is pretty much done, I mean, my Numidian Riders have been shattered. Hopefully these elite Persian archers run off the battlefield in time. Are they going to start running off? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! Yeah. Yes, one of them ran off. The other one came back. My riders just, yeah, straight line. These Parthian swordsmen got a lot of kills surrounding those ambushers, and his onager came back, but there are only 11 units left. From this side, the onager is pretty much healthy. We didn't really get that many kills, but we got them tired out. So what are the army compositions? We have 3 REI over here. We have armored legionnaires, and the ballista over here is doing damage. It is killing so many of these 3 REI. Just one after the other, like ripping through them as if they were made out of butter. Oof, good shots. So he has 3 RAI, he has armored legionnaires over here, and then he has more armored legionnaires. I believe I saw Praetorian Guard somewhere. Praetorians, not Praetorian Guard. Hastati and more armored legionnaires. My ally is running out with his scout riders, and these are more 3 RAI just to push up the units at the front. They can take a pounding. So my ally is bringing his scout riders out, light cavalry, doing a secondary sally out. Let's see what they do. He's charging straight to the ballista, but they're being protected by the armored legionnaires, and the Pila throw is useless. Their charge gets broken to the ballista, which is unfortunate, and they're now going to get surrounded. I mean, the ballista ends up losing a couple more units, but these scout riders get really bogged down too fast in the location. They get into the archers, which is good because they're managing to break through, but then the general steps in and starts fighting them off. They get very few kills and they get slaughtered a bit too easily. The giant ballista did, however, lose half of its units now, which helps us significantly. On this side Parthia is pulling back his hoplites because he's worried of another Seliout that has already decimated most of his army. He's got a lot of Parthian swordsmen, which are decent-ish. I mean, you don't see them often because they're not that good. But yeah, let's just say they're not that good. Parthian is known for his swordsmen, it's known for his horses. From 4 units of Persian archers, one of them is almost at full strength, but the other 2, they're down to half strength, so he only has 2 left. And his general of noble horse archers is back here. The cataphracts, they're quite good. But again, yeah, Parthia isn't known for its infantry, even though it has decent infantry. it's known for its amazing horses. Yeah. My ally is bringing Britain force over here. It's 11 Freeman, Chosen Spear Band, Heroic Nobles force. He has lots of slingers on the walls, ready to fight. On my end, I pretty much give up the walls really easily because I am at Masaesyli and I decide to just hold the defense of this location and this location. What do I bring? Well, I have Desert Legionnaires, I have Tribal Slingers, Desert Cohort, my Norwegian Noble Infantry, two of those. I get a few more Desert Cohort which I pull back and bring them over to this side because well, this is a big blow up. I was very pissed off at myself. I did not save any ammunition because these are much more valuable than the 3 REI which we are seeing on this side. A shot in there. Oof. Not to say that I didn't get my value out of my ballista. I mean, 165 kills. These 3 are pretty much annihilated. Another pro tip is if you're fighting in this region, put some Cretan archers here or some archers here and 1 unit here, 2 units of melee, and you'll be able to take 4 or 5 units easily. Contest the region here. This is a very good choke point because they cannot attack from this side. So 1 unit here can take all of that, and when any other unit tries to flank, you just charge them down. And he's marching in his armored legionnaires. He's bringing them in, and that's that on that side. From this side, the armored legionnaires are moving in, and he's trying to take positions and try to side of the settlement. And you know, legionnaires being legionnaires, Rome being Rome. What do we have here? My ally put out his Levi freemen outside the city walls, and he's ready to fight the Persian archers, Persian hoplites. He was very upset to find that the onagers managed to save a couple of units and have enough units to start fighting. Well, because the onagers, whoa, where are they? The onagers only need 3 people to fight, so at the moment he has 11, he has enough just once per. The Persian hoplites are trying to protect him because he's worried. You know, I mean, sally outs after sally outs. Controlled fighting outside the walls. He's getting the heroic nobles on the walls here because these Persian hoplites started getting on the walls, but they started getting shot down by these tribal slingers. As they're capturing the gate, the Roman is just hoarding his units on this side, and on this side he's bringing forward all of their like armored legionnaires into formation on this side. I've got my legionnaires ready, I've got my tribal slingers ready, I'm waiting to catch him off guard and ambush this force over here, eliminate it, and then be able to hopefully take care of this. He's gonna probably try and smash through this region because it is our weakest front. But you know, you do what you can. The heroic nobles are fighting the Persian hoplites. Now, you do not ever want hoplites on the walls. Hoplites on the walls are just, you know, they have very horrifyingly bad attack and defense, attack damage. Their defense is what they count, but on the walls, their defense doesn't count for crap. So, especially against something like heroic nobles, when they're headhunt formation, headhunt mode, fantastic. Jesus. Still very early in the morning. Well, early in the morning. It's 11 a.m. at the moment. So the armored legionnaires are forming over here. He's ready to blast through my defenses. I only have 1 unit of desert legionnaires, and well, that's not nearly enough. I'm trying to shoot my slingers into the side of his formation, inside of his. This should be doing a lot more damage than it is, but clearly, let's say another volley, just it bouncing off these really heavily armored forces. Come on. Oh my god, look at that. Just to the formation. Trying to withstand all the Pila. Yeah. The Pila throws like porcupines. Well, at least that guy died. These are Praetorians. These are very strong units. So that's gonna be another Pila throw from the sides. And a few more. Yeah, now a few more will die. There's only so many Pila that you can take. This is very historically inaccurate because the Pila were used in a way to try and get. What the hell are my units doing? The Pila were used to try and destabilize the shields of the enemies. So yeah, the mercenary hoplites are charging my desert cohort. Now we all know how strong desert cohort are, so they will be able to hold against this no problemo. he's trying to just they're chilling. They're getting slowly into the castle. Parthia is not happy with the current situation, so it's moving his entire army to this side to assist on this side. He has pretty much given up attacking the walls here. The slingers are doing a very good job, along with the arrow towers on the wall, of dealing with the swordsmen, while the levy freemen are holding their ground and killing as many as possible on that side. The noble horse archers coming on this side, and they're bringing in the pain on our troops. Now my ally is being smart and has he loves placing these traps. Ooh, it seems a couple of his general unit died over there. That would be unfortunate for him if they all died. I'm playing very defensive, so I'm falling back. This is scaring me a lot. I would have loved to come and flank him from this side, especially now that they walked all over the traps. But this is not the time. My front lines are buckling a bit under the charge. They did not manage to hold formation, but in war, no formation is held once the battle is started. My ally is supporting my desert legionnaires with his chosen spearband, and I got some noble infantry here to support this. The enemy knows what he's doing. He's pulling out his Praetorians, letting them rest. And if he no, he doesn't. He should have let them rest and used his pila instead. But now they're just lobbing up and over here. We're trying to get a bit of a few kills there, here and there. They're firing. We're firing at each other. Slingers against archers. We know who wins. Slingers should win every time, but in this case, it seems not the case. What is happening? Slingers should win every time. Slingers have a very high, faster reload rate, so archers get to be killed quickly. Oh, well, yeah, his archers are dying. My slingers are sort of winning. These desert legionnaires have managed to break the. We broke this over here, and my ally got his noble infantry, heroic nobles, Jesus, heroic nobles off the wall, and we surrounded this mercenary hoplites, which is a very expensive unit, and we're trying to take it out as fast as possible, so then we'll be able to deal with what's coming in here. But unfortunately, they're rushing more troops in faster than we can deal with, and on this side, they keep dogpiling more and more troops. At the same time as this is happening, the Armored Legionnaires in Triare has moved over there and moving back my slingers to try and support that region. I have 2 units of Desert Legionnaires ready to fight that. But it is not looking good for us. And on this side, my slingers eventually get knocked out. We did defeat half a unit of Syrian archers, but 3 versus 2, it's always a bad combination. The heroic nobles now turn to fight the Persian hoplites, which came from the rear, and the more Parthian swordsmen are moving in. Our line over here is thinning, but we've managed to, inflict a few kills here and there. 51 kills the Praetorians, and now his archers are moving in. We're slowly breaking the Parthian, but the Roman is charging in, and the way he's charging in is doing a lot of damage to us. Our desert cohort over here came to reinforce the. We need more reinforcements over here to help these desert cohort. Not in my best mood today. Not in my most gaming mood. I'm managing. He ignored my slingers, so I'm doing my best to try and shoot as much as possible on this side to these archers. At the same time, there's not much happening here, so my ally pulled out all of his army, and he's trying to come back here to try and reinforce the final battle station. He has a couple more of heroic nobles here ready to fight, so this armored legionnaires formation would not do much. With all of this and left in reserves, we have 3 desert cohort and 4 heroic nobles left in reserves. We'll be okay. My general is over here. I believe, yeah, he is shooting at my general. I thought in this formation they would be able to get. No. This was very stupid of me. My general is getting slaughtered over here, but there's nothing I could do about it. Now, that is, at that time, I could have moved him further back and let this fight go on, but I did not, because I did not think with my brain. We are still managing to somehow, against all odds, hold against it. Yeah, I mean, that unit was fresh, and now it's just being wrecked to shreds. My ally is reinforcing this side with as many units as possible. His heroic nobles get killed finally, with his the Parthians actually breaking through after the desert. Where are the heroic nobles? They should be around here, running around. his levy freemen push in and get the Parthians off my back and giving me some time to breathe. My tribal slingers are trying to shoot into the back of these Syrian archers because these guys are doing so much damage to us and they're killing very high value units. I mean, this is my general. There's no better value than that. On this side, nothing much is happening. My ally is moving to defend this walls, to defend this region, because he's sure that they will attack from that region. Meanwhile, I'm trying to just. I've been tasked to defend this area and hold our center as long as possible. He's moving his heroic nobles in a way that if my center was to collapse, he'll be able to reinforce it from either end. The chosen spear band on this side are being slowly ripped to shreds, and the Numidian noble infantry, they haven't been killing much, but their stopping power is slowly being ripped down. I mean, they're 150 man and they're holding back so much of his army. Keep in mind that the amount of troops that the Romans sent this way has been thinned down. The Striari are the healthiest unit, the armored legionnaires, the Praetorians are down to 100 men. And the Praetorians, it's a game of, it's a game of what you call it. I'm trying to get my units out, but then he pushes through and he starts attacking my noble infantry again, so I have to recharge again. I believe I tried to do a square formation over here, but it did not work. The Praetorians out of formation should have been easier to... I mean, seriously, did you guys see that? Yeah, finally he dies. Getting stabbed from multiple locations. Praetorians are just impossible to kill. So this ends up being a mosh pit over here as we're trying to whittle down the Praetorians as much as possible. They're dying fast, but not fast enough. At the center, my units are getting overwhelmed. Like, he's pushing through with... I say he's pushing through my... where are they? My desert cohort's 57 men, and he's fighting... they're fighting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 units. So I pulled back my Numidian nobles. I believe I had 3 Numidian nobles. I did not. I don't remember this. I've been getting 2 or 1. Well, my general and another one. But this must have been. And this was a while back, so I don't remember exactly. But I mean, these desert cohort have paid for themselves. 200 kills on this one, and this one is still fighting. At this point, what I really wished I had is some like Syrian archers or some Cretan archers and just shooting into his flanks, just doing so much damage shooting through here. But yeah, now it's getting juicy. He's deciding to attack from here, and I'm bringing forward my tribal slingers. I'm gonna start whittling down the remainder of his elite Persian archers. I have my Numidian nobles here holding the line. My general is moving back, having been shot to pieces. I mean, half of the infantry, half of his troops died over there. My Numidian noble over here is doing a heroic last stand, trying to hold in square formation against basically being surrounded from every single side by Praetorians. But they managed to kill most of the Praetorians, so that is very good for us. The armored legionnaires have killed so many. The Triarii are not doing so good. But yeah, now they're surrounding the chosen spear band, which has not yet been given enough time to do its work on this blob of Parthians, which is pressuring and pressuring and pressuring. The Parthian is working really well with the Romans as they are. Well, yeah, Parthians are Parthians. Now, the Romans are blasting into these heroic nobles, and he's pushing through over here. it's quite a normal thing to see nowadays. He's actually still has ammunition now. He doesn't. Where the hell is the ammunition coming from? He charged the nobles into the armored legionnaires' rear, and he's shredding the armored legionnaires because, well, heroic nobles on your ass, you don't last for long. He's managed to break them really quickly, and now that they're broken, he can charge and hold his line against the armored legionnaires coming from his rear and stop himself from being surrounded. He's managing to kill a lot of these guys over here. I think 298. And at this point, we're both sending more troops to support this blob because we realize we're doing something right. My slingers are moving into formation. His armored legionnaires are trying to take as many PL as they want, but we're gonna see a really nice PL throw any second now. Yes. Oh, that feels good. Oh, it feels good. He charges his troops forward. He throws PL at my man. Two of them died, but most of them managed to hold. And this formation is quite interesting. I learned something new. Apparently, when you put them in the column formation and charge, you actually manage to penetrate through formations much easier, possibly in the weight of the formation itself and the depth. On this side, he's finally managed to kill all of my remainder cohorts. Where are they? How many are there? Six of them are left. They killed 200. They've held the horde for long enough for us to start breaking him. I moved my desert cohort to try and block this army from coming in on this side. Now, they had more troops than us at this point. The balance of power is still even, but they had way more troops than us. And this guy should have brought up his armored legionnaires from this side, where they would have been able to fight it much more to their advantage. I mean, he has 4 units of armored legionnaires and 2 units of chair, so 6 units. And if he got them to attack us from, we are open from 1, 2, 3 locations. And over here, the same mistakes happening. We're open from here and we're open from here. They should have coordinated and spread us farther and thinner. At this point, we're enjoying the fact that they are falling to our trap over here, and the heroic nobles, I must say, Kamikaze was in this game, he really pulls through, and his nobles have done such a good job. These guys over here are tired. They're killing the last of my slingers. Poor guys. I mean, yeah, and the chosen spear band. The massacre over here helped us, gave us enough time to clear the center. And if the center and that broke at the same time, we would not have been able to hold this formation here. I would have had to fight for the stairs and for, the walls on this side. But we held. Now, at the same time, we say that the Parthian swordsmen are fighting my desert cohort, and that should be quite an easy fight. Meanwhile, there isn't much on this side. These desert cohort can hold on indefinitely, especially in that formation. The Parthian swordsmen are breaking, the Iceni archers finally are breaking, and the heroic nobles are just smashing through the lines. From my end, my desert legionnaires are being slowly but surely taken apart by his armored legionnaires, which, are better than mine. So these are 47, 35, 40, 48, 80. And yeah, these are much better attack. Much better attack, much better defense. The slingers on this side are meant to be doing some kills, but they're getting a few kills here and there. As you can see, they're finally whittling down the numbers, but it's not nearly enough. Then my ally brings all of his slingers forward, and they start doing the job. I must say, this is one of my favorite cities to fight because of the second layer being relatively easy to assault, but also because of the way the houses are made and the entrances, it's also quite fun to defend, and it offers such a degree of flexibility. Now on this side, he's starting again, applying pressure. My units are getting slightly weaker over time. He's moving his general unit in formation, and his general unit is an archery unit, so it will start firing into us really, really thick and heavily. The Triari are moving in, and they're attacking the desert cohort, and boom, they're smashing into it from both ends, and that is fantastic. Noble horse archers smashing in, Parthian swordsmen coming in. Yeah, at this point we have evened out the odds significantly. The Roman army has been wiped out on the center, and on the left flank it is being dealt with. I decided to employ my Numidian noble infantry to support my very weakened desert legionnaires. His armored legionnaires have been whittled down to a nothing. I bring forward also my desert cohort to the back to try and deal with his general unit, which is moving out formation behind us. These elite Persian archers are doing some damage to us, but nothing too severe. And these guys, they're not doing so well. And with this layer upon layer of defense, we're doing quite well over there. His last armored legionnaires in the center is slowly being whittled down by 4 units of nobles, but unfortunately my cohorts are, this is the line. This is his troops. These are his troops, these are my troops. And he's pushing through. They're slowly getting surrounded from the sides. Their formation is not doing very well, and he's pushing through. And he's just, I mean, look at that. He's just pushing his troops in. He's trying to surround my troops. I'm buffing my troops as best as possible with my general over here. But he's decided, you know what, we need to just break this as fast as possible or else the game is lost. And he has a point. If he managed to kill the desert cohort over here, the game will, they would still have a chance. But this is, I mean, oh well, you do what you do. But what he doesn't realize is there is a lot of heroic nobles left. And this one is fresh for blood. It's looking for fresh blood. I mean, 33 kills from one Pilat row. 33 kills from one singular Pilat row. And it's surrounding all of these units. These units are exhausted, so he's letting them rest. And there doesn't seem to be such an emergency at the moment. These armored legionnaires, these Praetorians, everything is finally breaking. And yep, there you go. Because this casualty sustained, they're very damaged, they're very tired, and now they're surrounded themselves. They're surrounded between a layer of heroic nobles and desert cohort. The desert cohort, I mean, they're doing good for themselves, but these heroic nobles, 90 kills and they haven't even lost a single. Like, look at the kill counter. Look at the kill counter. It's just a massacre at this point. They're just charging in, breaking in all the units, and killing everyone while they're doing it. 106. Let's see when they actually lose a singular unit. They're 110. God. Okay, one died. So 123 before one died. And on this side, there's another big thing happened. So his archers, we killed the enemy general. The Roman general is dead. Is he? Did he escape? I think he escaped. Son of a bitch escaped. But yeah, I mean, he's running away, shattered. But his Persian archers are charging after my tribal spearmen. Now, the thing is about these Persian archers, they have spears, so they do a lot more damage than my tribal slingers. But at the same time, I've managed to surround his armored legionnaires over here. He could start pulling back and escape from this side, but I don't know why he doesn't do it. Because fighting on two fronts, it's not very good. I mean, these are desert cohort as well. They will hold their own. They're, I cannot stop singing praises for them. So my Numidians and the desert legionnaires on this side charge in for one final charge. They're taking care of the already depleted and exhausted armored legionnaires. They've managed to gain some freshness. They're back to fresh on this side, and on the other side, oh well, he's pushing through again. Ah, my god. Alright, he managed to do that. On At the same time, even if he wins over that, it's too late now because we've cleaned up the Parthians almost entirely, and my allies' army is, well, mostly intact. Its core is intact, and these 220, 386, 144. As I said, my ally really put through in this battle. This was a fantastic battle. Haven't had the win for a while. The noble horse archers just charge through. They're going straight through, and this was a weak formation over here from my allies, so they're just going through. I'm pulling back all my desert cohort to try and catch them, but then again they start wavering as their general died as they were going up, and now they're just fighting in close melee, sandwiched between three whole units over here. I mean, let's say 2.5 units. These desert cohort did work. Boy, they did work. And the Romans are breaking. He has very few units left on this side, and that was GG. Let's see the total kills because this is always the fun part. Actually managed to get more kills than my ally. I remember though that he was the reason we won because I was collapsing in the center. Without his support, I would not have managed to get through. Cinnamon Toast Crunch and dash 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 underscore dash 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 played very well as well. Just they were surprised with our initial charge, and that ruins your entire mojo. They could have spread their armies a bit more because they had more troops than us in general. Towards the end, because we sacrificed. I mean, I sacrificed 4 units at the start. My ally sacrificed 6 units at the start. So at the end, in our defense, we had much less. But then again, we managed to make them count, and we managed to get a lot more kills than normal with our troops, especially since the archers of Parthia were pretty much annihilated. I mean, these two got a lot of kills, these three, but this one just did not. These mostly got their kills from killing my tribal slingers, which is fair enough. My tribal slingers did not do so well. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. If you like the content, please press subscribe and leave a comment down below. If you didn't like, just leave a comment below. I'll be back with you with another video tomorrow, probably. Thanks for watching. Ta-da. Bye-bye.